Welcome to Reread. We're on book 2 of Paul S Kemp's duology. I don't know if this has a particular name on it, but it's called Riptide. And this one, it starts off where it ended. Jaden Core tells Luke where he's been, what's been going on with him. He wants to train Mar. Luke already knows that. He guesses that. But he says, Mar is too old to begin the training. But Luke knows that's not true. I mean, even if we're saying 30s, 40s is too old, Streen was really old. Now, back then, I guess Luke couldn't be, choosy, I guess. But at the same time, Luke knows better than to say that someone's too old to be trained in the Force. Now, they explain why, because when you're adult, it's hard to unlearn what you have learned, so to speak. But Luke also knows it's not impossible and permits Jaden Core to do that. But I thought it was weird that he says, well, he's too old to begin the training. Well, who are you to say that? Even Luke kids that he goes, my first training started in a starship, inside of a starship. And that's what he tells Jaden Core about, well, I don't know when I'll have a chance to get him back to the academy. Ha, 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 This one has the Sith, the one Sith send out new villains now. The villain of this book are Sil and Neil. They're two Umbrarians or whatever, Bronnans or whatever. And they basically fade into the shadow. They're like shadow killers. They're neat, kind of like the Defel in a way. And they're brother and sister. They're super close. They're super, spooky. It's all about having super scary Sith. It's fine. Jaden Core, after the battle with the clone Cams of Salyer, he takes apart the clone's lightsaber. He gives Mar his lightsaber. And then Jaden takes the clone's lightsaber that he captured after he defeated him and basically reshapes the crystal, like gets rid of all the anger and pain and shapes it from red to yellow and makes a new lightsaber out of it. I thought that was cool, but I also don't think this has ever happened before. Not that it can't, but I just thought that was cool. I was like, wow, I wonder who thought of that. Or was there somewhere they've purified crystals before and I'm just not thinking about it? I don't know, but I thought it was a neat little thing to do. So they're following the clones out to, the clones don't know where they're going. They're just trying to find Mother. We don't know who Mother is. In fact, we never find out who Mother is, really. But Mother takes them to this old abandoned Rakatan station from, way back in the day, ancient history now. And Jaden and them follow. So do Neil and Seal. And, of course, great battles will occur. In fact, Neil, I think, is going to take everyone out. Seal will die. Neil takes out most of the clones, except for like 3 of them. He doesn't. Seer, Soldier, who he calls Prime, and that's who Neil and Seal are trying to bring back to the one Sith. That and Jaden Core. Jaden Core still doesn't know why there is a clone of him. Soldier is the clone of Jaden Core, as is I can't remember his name. But anyway, there's another Jaden Core clone. The Sith have cloned him. Everyone has Jaden Core's DNA at this point, and we still don't know how. In fact, Jaden Core's trying to figure it out because he didn't go into the academy until 4 years, I think, after Thrawn had died, and when he was young, when he was 9 years old. So how would they have had his DNA? That is never, ever. I think Paul S Kemp didn't have an answer, to be honest. Maybe he did. He was begging for another book to be, printed maybe. Maybe he's setting it up for another book to be resolved. But the point is, it really doesn't make sense why you would do this and not. I mean, they made such a big deal out of it, why it doesn't make sense. And Jane's trying to figure it out. And you think, okay, that will be revealed later on. No, you hooked your audience into trying to figure out this mystery. And then you didn't give them, satisfaction of wrapping it up at the end. I thought that was pretty crappy. And to be honest, I'd forgotten they'd done that. I knew that was a mystery, but I said, did they ever resolve this? No, they did not. Anyway, so they make it to the space station. They meet Mother. Of course, Mother's evil. Everyone knew that, I think. And Mother kills Seer. And then Mother's trying to kill the rest of them. Mother wants off of that space station. So they're trying to rush and get away. They blow up. Jaden Core blows up the space. Oh, before that, excuse me. He kills Neil. And then he dies. And this is the weird part. I knew this was coming. And it still doesn't make it. It makes a little bit of sense. There's Rakatan technology to transfer essences of bodies. Now, during Dark Empire and everything else, we know you can transfer your essence into another body. We know that, right? Callista and everything. So it's nothing new. But Mar decides he can't let his master die. So the Jaden Core clone from the one Sith, not Soldier, not the mad Jedi clone from Thrawn's era. This is getting really confusing, but he kills him or knocks him out or whatever, and then transfers Jaden's essence into the clone, but also makes sure to sever off 3 fingers, because I forgot to mention that in the battle against the clone Cam, he did suffer 3 fingers he lost in the battle. And then switches out his belt and everything just to make it look like when Jaden Core wakes up, he'll think he's the real him. Now, Mar, I guess, just wants to be trained. He doesn't want his new master to die or whatever. It's not really explained what the driving force is behind Mar wanting to do this, but he really hopes it works. Meanwhile, Soldier and Grace, the little girl clone, are trying to get out of the station. They're trying to run away from Mother, who's trying to kill everyone. And that's when Jaden Core wakes up. He's kind of confused and then realizes, oh, what happened? And, oh, man, I must have reopened my wounds here on the fingers. And Mark's going, yeah, you did. You did. He's like, okay, well, then let's go. So it worked. You know, the Jaden Core clone thinks he's the real Jaden Core now. So they try to make it out. They blow up one of the ships to take out the station, to destroy Mother. They all go in separate ships. The Sith ship is captured by Soldier and Grace, and they fly off to find a new life together. Soldier is not going to be evil. He doesn't have the sickness in him like Grace does. I guess they're going to go get her medicine. They don't really resolve that either. I'm not really liking all these unresolved story plot lines. But then Mar heads back to the ship with Kedron and the whole gang. You know, Jaden's there. And Kedron makes a joke. He said, "You two seem a little odd." And Mar's like, "I didn't see anything odd. There's nothing odd with my master." You know, like getting obviously acting suspicious. And Kedron just thinks he's being silly. But the fun part is that Jaden Core decides to take a shave. And as he shaves, he realizes one of his scars is missing. And his fingers seem like fresh wounds, not wounds he took a few days ago or whenever it happened. They seem like very fresh. And could it be? And then he thinks back at Mar staring at him when he woke up for the first time or after the battle, and everything being a little fuzzy. And he goes, nah, you know, but yeah, he is the clone, which I guess I'm fine with. Paul S Kemp obviously was begging for another book and he didn't get it. And do we need another book after Riptide? Not really. I'm not really hooked on Jaden Core. The series, the duology's okay. Everyone's so happy we get to play in a world of Sith now, but Sith are kind of boring. We've already done Sith. You did Darth Caedus, you know, but I know where the storyline is going. So they wanted to tie it more into legacy, and I get that. I'm all for it. It's definitely not the worst thing you can read. It's definitely not the best thing. It's pretty middle of the road, but above middle of the road is what I'd say. Happy to reread it, more familiar with it, you know, still just okay. All right, folks, that's it for now. See you next time.